All right, here we go. Where I'd like everybody to start for this is go to Google Classroom. So if you're looking at this and this isn't your class, don't worry about it. You're just going to go to your class. You're going to have the same thing there. And you're going to see it says something that says click here first. So what we want to do is we want to click on this one. It'll say sign up to Canva. And it's going to take a second, and it says all this confetti shoots out, and what this does is it signs you up to my Canva website. So this means you have all the features unlocked, because if you just use the regular version, it'll have, when we go over to create a new design, you're going to have some of the features are locked. Now they're unlocked, which is good. So now we navigate back to a different tab. You go back to Google Classroom, and you want to find the one that says create your own drink, and we're going to click on that one. Once we get into create your own drink, you're going to see here's all the steps of the different things you have to do. You can read it, or you can just follow along with me, because I'm going to do the same thing with you right now. First thing we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to the bottom, and we're going to click on this link here that says Namelicks. So what Namelicks is it's a website that's going to help us with our name for our drink company, our business, like Coke or Mountain Dew or Pepsi or any of those companies. And what we're going to put in here are some keywords for something similar to what we're looking to do. So I'm going to put orange because I want my drink to be orange. I'd like to do that. I'd like to put in, let's see, what other things? I will put peach. I think that is good. I'm going to put in the word fresh because I want it to be a fresh drink. I'm going to put tea. I'm going to put cold. All these different words that are going to represent kind of what our business and our brand is going to be like. So I'm going to hit generate. And it says select a name style. You can do a short phrase. I'm just going to put auto, which is going to give us all styles. I'm going to hit next. How random do they want to be? We'll just do medium. Click next. And then what's the business description? It's going to be a drink company. And hit generate. It's going to take a minute. It's going to give us some ideas, and this is going to help us as kind of a starting point to what we're going to do for our business. Let's see what we have. Okay, these are pretty cool. Let's see what we have. Fresh fruits, peachy brew. That might be kind of good. Oh my peach, cool fruit. Let's see which one do I like here. Now it's doing the specific flavors, so we can always go back up and create new. So we can go back and we can alter that. So let's just do fresh, tea, cold, sweet. Let's try it again. I'll hit generate. Instead of giving us very specific, let's see what we get here. So we get something different. Okay. Happy tea. Oh, I like that. That's cool. So I'm going to click on happy tea. I like that. Now, later on, I can recreate this, but if I want to remember it for now, I'll say this a couple times. It is Shift Command 4. So look down at the keyboard, and when you look at the keyboard, you're looking for these three buttons. Shift, Command, it's right next to the space bar, and 4. Press it and let go. When you let go, you're going to see your mouse changes into something that looks like crosshairs, and we're going to click and drag around our logo and release, and you can see it shows up in the bottom corner. It's actually going to our desktop, and we'll get back to that later on. But for now, we're going to move back over. That we'll use that for our brand name. We'll come back to it later. We're going to go back to Google Classroom, and at the very bottom, there's another different link for Canva. And when we click on this one, it's going to open up our template. And you're going to see this, and you're going to hit the purple button at the bottom. I hit the white one. You're going to hit the purple one. Here's what we have. Okay, we have our first page, and then if we scroll down, you're going to see a second page. What the first page is kind of like your answer key. You don't need to do anything. What a lot of people do is they go in and they start clicking and typing, and you don't need to do that. Okay, just leave it as is. This is your answer key. Now, if we go down here, you can read it says delete this and start designing here. Great. Click. I'm going to hit delete on the keyboard, or you can hit the trash button. Okay, that one's ready to go. But our answer key is here, so we have to keep going back and referring to this. Drink name, flavor. Okay, let's see. So we can start with We're going to start with actually our background, and we're going to work backward forwards. So we're going to click on our background first. This is called a gradient. A gradient is something that fades from one color to another. We're going to change it. So this one's cool, but if we go up here in the corner, you're going to see there's a bar right across the top for everything we would really need for this. We're going to click on the one that says color, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and you can see we have a lot of different choices. So if I pick this one, it would kind of work for iced tea or cola. I'm going to pick, let's see, this would be like a blueberry or maybe a lemon. That might be kind of cool. So I'm going to click on this, but if I want to change it, say you want to change it and all the options you want are not here. So let's say we want apple and grape. Kind of, it's a little too pink. Let's say I want to switch that to red. Here's what I do. As long as I'm in this color chart, not fonts, we'll get to that later. We click on color and I go to the top and I hit this little rainbow plus. Find the rainbow plus to change it. This is only if you want to change it. Click here. What you're going to see is right now we have this is color 1, this purple is color 2. But if I go to color 1 and I get a brighter cherry red, look how that changes. That's great. And then my purple, I'm going to get more of a purplier purple, more of the grapey kind of purple, a deeper purple. Now that's too blue. I'm going to find one kind of in the middle. There we go. Okay, we're going to go with that. So now we have a custom one. And another thing you can do too when you're customizing it, if we go back to that rainbow plus, we have different versions, different styles. So we can have it go diagonal, up and down, circular. You can kind of pick one. All right, I like this. I'm going to stick with this one. This is cool. Okay, I'm going to click off of it. It'll go away. So now we have our background. And we talked about what the flavor was. It's going to be apple and grape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to my elements, and I'm going to do two things at once. I'm going to go back to my answer key. I'll go back to the elements in a minute. And this says shape behind image or flavor. So we're going to do a shape behind our flavor name. So I'm going to go to elements here. I'm going to go to my shapes. You can pick one of these or hit see all the shapes. Let's pick a shape that we can put the flavor inside. You can do one of these, which is like a starburst. You can do that. That would look really nice. I'm going to go a different route here. I'm going to click on that and hit delete to get rid of it. I'm going to go back to elements. And this time I'm going to pick this one. I like this here. I'm going to pull this across. You just grab the corners and you can pull it, resize it, make it bigger or smaller. You can always resize. And in here I'm going to type apple, grape. Apple, grape. Now, if I click if you want to know how to change the size of the color, you just click and drag right over top, and right up here it's just going to be like a Google Doc. You can click, we can change the font to something different. I like this, it's nice and clean. Since it's still selected and highlighted, I'm going to change the font from 4.4 to a larger one that's going to fit my shape. That's 21. Might be a little bit too big here. And then I'm going to change one other thing to my shape, and that's going to be, I want my shape to be white. So if I click on my shape and I go up here, you can see it's red. Change it to white or any other color, it's fine. What I want to try is see if I can make apple red. Let's see if I can do it. Can I make apple in red? Nope, it's doing the whole shape here. I just want the font. So let's go right here to text color, this little A with the rainbow. Now let's try make it red. There we go. Now I'm going to select grape and see if I can make that purple. Make sure I have that rainbow A selected, and I have purple. Great. Now I have apple, grape. Great. Now you don't want apple grape at the top. You don't want it up here. What's going to be up at the top here is our drink name, our company name, which I said we would come back to, and we will. In the middle is our flavor in smaller text. So we don't need that to be huge. I'm going to click and drag over it again, and I'm going to shrink it down. I don't need it to be huge. We'll put that in the middle. There, that's nice. We'll put that in the middle. We'll come back to it in a minute. We want our brand name to be up here at the top, but we can come back to that still. I'm going to go back over to elements, and right now it's stuck on shapes, but if I hit this arrow, it'll go back. And what I'm going to look for are two different graphics. The first one I'm going to put is apple, and I need to find a good looking graphic of an apple. This one looks great. I'm going to click on it and drag it right in. I like that. So we're going to put that here at the bottom. There's apple. Put that here. And now we need to find a grape. So I go right back over to elements. Apple is still here, so we hit this X to get rid of it. And we're going to type in grape. Let's find a good looking one of grapes. I like this photo of the grape here. I'm going to grab the white ball in the corner to shrink it down. If you want to rotate it, there's a button right down here at the bottom that looks like two curved arrows. You can rotate it. Now, if you want to put one shape behind the other, here's how you do this. Well, if I want grapes behind my apples, here's what I do. I go right up top and I hit position. And there's two ways we can do it. We can send it to the back, but what would happen is it would go behind the shape. It's still there, but it's behind. So now I'm going to hit this arrow right above to undo, put it back where it was. If I hit backward, click, there we go. You can hit backward a couple times in order to get it to go back behind. We can click on our shape above here for apple grape. Another thing you can do is go up top to edit. And where is it? It's supposed to be here. It's not here. Where is it? I'm trying to look for a outline. Oh, here it is. It's right next to it. Right. Border style. So if I click on a border, I can actually put a nice little border around the outside of it. But I don't want it to be black. I want it to be a color that matches. And we could do that nice purple color. I'll just click right on it. Great. So now we have apple grape. We have our two designs. Let's check the answer key. Image related to flavor or brand. Yes and yes. We have two. Shape behind image or flavor. Yep, the shape behind is behind the flavor. A gradient background. Got it. A flat color background is fine too. So now we need our drink name. All right, so we saved that from earlier. Let's figure this part out. So if I click on Finder, for me it's on the bottom. For you it's going to be over on the right. That's our smiley face. That's what the Finder is. So I'm going to go into and try to find it's on my desktop. Anytime you do a screenshot, it's on your desktop. That's where you're going to find it. So screenshot, it should be right here. I'm going to drag it in. Okay, there it is. I don't love this. You can use this if you want. And if you really like it, you can't change the color. You're kind of stuck. You can remove the background by hitting BG remover. So we could try that. Get rid of the background. But I want a little bit more control. I'm going to get rid of that one. It's happy with an I, happy T. I'm going to do it a different way. I'm going to go over here and click on text. And I'm just going to pick, we'll just pick title for now. We're going to change it in a minute. We're going to do happy with an I. And then we can do it on another line. So you can hit return or enter. Happy T, like this. If you want it closer together, we can go up here to this arrow, which is spacing, and we can bring it closer together like this. That's nice. Happy T. Maybe I put a dash. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Maybe we'll do that for now. But I don't think this font is too big and too strong. We're going to change it. So I'm going to click, drag, highlight it. And right up here, right now this font's called Compacta. It's kind of like our Geneseo School font that we use a lot. And what I'm going to do is go down and try to find a font that I think is going to be better for this particular brand or project. And let's try something like this. This is a serif font. A serif font has a little bit of a flag on it. That's not bad. I think I want something a little bit different. I want something, I'm going to keep trying some and see. That's a little too like futuristic. Maybe. I don't mind that one. Let's see what else I can find here. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is change this and not make it all capital. Happy T, like, whoop, delete those. Yeah, that's pretty good, but now they're too close together. I'm going to go back up to this arrow, move them. I can have them touch a little bit like that. That's good. I don't know if I want black. Let's try to do a color that's going to stand out, something lighter, maybe just white. Yeah, that's much better, way easier to see. I'm going to move this up to balance it a little bit better. We're going to make it so we have some even space here. I like that. That looks really, really good. Now I can click on Happy T and I can go to Effects right here. And one of my effects, we have a lot of ones that we can use. We can do shadow. We could do lift, hollow, splice, outline, echo, glitch, neon, all kinds of cool stuff. Let's go with shadow. Now my shadow color right now is this pink. So if I can click on color right here and I can make it a different color, I could just make it black. So now I have a black shadow. That looks really nice. We're going to do one more thing before we move on. We're going to go back into elements and I'm going to put in something called half tone, and it's going to add texture over the top. I'm going to go to graphics. We can look at photos. Let's see what we get for halftone. It's kind of a cool texture that you can put over top. If I pull it in, it's going to go over top. Now I got to do BG remover to get rid of the white. BG remover, cool. Now if I put this over top of everything like this, it's going to do a fun little texture in the back. It's too dark. So what I'm going to do is click on it and click on this button that looks like a checkerboard for transparency. I'm going to pull it down so you just kind of see those dots in the back. But I'm going to go back to position and over here to the word layers. So layers, let's look at where it is. This one's highlighted right now, but if I pull it all the way to the back, it's gone. But if I put it in front of my gradient, now it's hiding behind all the other shapes. That step is optional. The one I just did, halftone, you don't have to do. It's just kind of nice and it adds a little bit of extra texture. So now we have one. We have to do a total of 3. So the best way to do this is once you finish your first one, right up here on the top, you're going to see a little button called duplicate page. You're going to hit that button and it's going to make a second copy. So now we have 1, 2. You can even add a third right now if you want. You can do 3 because you need to do 1, 2, and 3. One we're going to keep. This one is fine. So if we want to add a page title, I can call it Apple Grape. Great. Now I'm going to go to my next one. And what I'm going to do is keep this. Keep your Happy Tea logo. Everything else we can alter. So now we're going to do a different flavor. So we can put a different flavor in here. I'm going to click and drag. And instead of this, I'm going to put peach. Okay, peach is going to be my next flavor, but that's not the color. When we're doing peach, we have to do a color that matches peach. So I'm going to find like a lighter orange like that. Okay, that made the shape that color. So then I can do the font. We can just do the font white. That works. Then we're going to change our outline. That's up here from purple. Black is okay too. We're going to click on this and hit either the trash button or hit delete on the keyboard. So trash button or delete. I'm going to take these dots and just kind of move them to the side. I'll come back to them in a minute and move them back in place. But I'm going to click on my background and now I need peach colors. So I go up to my color and these look pretty good. This kind of looks like peach to me. I might want to change that a little bit more to orange. So I hit the rainbow plus and instead of pink, I'm going to click on an orange color here. Yeah, I like that. That's good. That looks more like peach to me. And then if I click on some of these under style, I can change. Ooh, that looks good too. All right, I'm going to go with this one. A little bit different here. I like that. Happy Tea. I'm going to pull my dots back over. And if we go back up to our checklist, or we can look at our other one and see what we need. Image related to flavor or brand. That we got to add in. We need a peach image. Let's find one. We go over here to elements and I'm going to type in peach. It doesn't matter if it's all caps. I'm going to click on this one. We're going to bring it in. We have a peach right here. Great. So now we have this. We're going to call this one peach. Now we go down to our third and we're going to repeat the process. So I'm going to move this out of the way. We're going to change it to our last flavor. Our last flavor can be strawberry, like this. Happy Tea is going to stay. Strawberry, we can keep that color. Our outline, let's add, outline's going to be black. Let's get rid of the apple, get rid of the grape. Now I just hit delete to get rid of those. Now we're going to go back over to click the color button. And we want to match strawberry. So I'm going to do red to green actually for strawberry. So we have our gradient and again, it's the rainbow plus. We hit that. And instead of purple, we're going to switch it to green. I want like a nice kind of grass green, Celtics green, somewhere around there. And that red, I want to actually change a little bit. It's not strawberry enough. I want to get like a more like brighter strawberry color somewhere around there. That's good. Okay. Actually, that too much green. I wonder if I can hit the rainbow plus again and maybe add another color. So I'm going to add in another red. Watch what this does. I'm going to get rid of this one and then add another green. There we go. Red, red, and then green. So you can add more colors in. I want to do red, red, green. That looks great. I'm going to move. Nope, not that one. I want to move this one back over. And I'm going to search for strawberry like that. And look at photos. These are great. I'm going to drag this one in right here. Too big. Shrink it down a little bit like this. Okay, let's call it strawberry. Nope. Delete that. That was an accident. I want to go up here and type in strawberry. There we go. So now we have 1, 2, and 3. When you're done with all of these, you're going to go in this upper right-hand corner and you're going to click Share. And what we need to do is download them. Don't go straight to Google Classroom. Just hit Download. It's this arrow button right here. Hit it. Okay, we want to do all pages. One of them we're not going to use, but it's just a little easier. We're not going to use our first page. That one we don't need. We're just going to hit Download. And we're going to download all of them. And we're going to wait for this bar to go all the way across. See it moving? That bar is going to go all the way across. Once it's all the way across, you're going to see, here it is. If we click on the folder right here, that folder is going to pop up, and it's something called a zip file. So a zip file you can't do anything with until you double click on it. Double click on it. Then you have a folder. Then we can go in the folder. There's everything. So if you can't see what they look like, we can go to the top and click this little button with the lines on it and switch to icons. Now we can see them. Great. So in a minute, the next step that we're going to do is we're going to drag them over onto our model. So that is going to be in part 2. So part 1 is creating all of our labels. Part 2 is going to be dragging them over top of the model in Dimension. All right. Thanks for watching. Go Bills.